Hey guys, Sports House from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex Daily Technicals from 10/23/13. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk that may not be suitable for all investors. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the risks associated with trading on margin. Seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, obviously a huge day in the market today. We're going to start actually with the Aussie because the Australian CPI just came out and blew the Aussie up again. It was a little bit hotter than expected. We're now to 97.45 on the highs, really trying to probe the 97.50 level. But having said this, the move in the Aussie now looks very extended, primarily because this 97.50, 98 area is relatively serious resistance. It's possible for us to clear this, of course, but I think even if it clears 98, there isn't going to be much of a push beyond it because we're basically between 97.50 and 98.50. We have a lot of chunkiness here left over from June, and I think it's going to be much harder for it to just simply bowl through this given the enormous amount of move we already had up. So some congestion, some consolidation, some correction may be due in the near future. For the time being, data on its side, Aussie definitely pushing higher. It looks like 97.50 in view as they want to try to run the stops over there as the day starts. Euro, of course, blew out the new highs. And the big question really tonight is if we're going to be able to run the 3800s. Taking out 3800s puts us puts us into target of 3850, and really for a much longer, bigger target for 140. Of course, assuming that the rally continues with the momentum that we have. But for now, basically, if you look at the euro over the last 3 months, you have big bursts, consolidation, big burst, consolidation, big burst. So if we follow this kind of a pattern, what's most likely to happen is if we push through the 3800s, there's going to be some consolidation here as we trade back from 38 to 36 and consolidate, and then see if we go from where we go from there. So a lot of the upside has already been made for the near term. But if you're looking for the end of the year, it may be possible for us to push all the way to 140 as the trade progresses. The one pair that did not quite, did not quite make the highs today, did not quite make new highs, was the pound. And the pound, of course, the big question in front of the pound tonight is the 62.60 level, somewhere around there. If we clear that, that puts us into a trade towards the 63s. But if you go back really significant amount of time, I think almost 3.5 years, there is quite a lot of flameouts at the 63 level. I think there's 3 or 4 touches of 63s that got rejected. So I think again here it becomes very problematic to have further pushes. The dollar definitely got hammered today off the weekend FPs, but the question is just how much more push forward do we have to go at this point. One of the more interesting things about the dollar today was that the fact that while it certainly got hammered against the high betas, it managed to hold its own against the yen. The yen still remains above 98. And when you look at the yen now, just as we were looking earlier at the fact that it had a series of lower highs, what's interesting about the yen is as long as it maintains this structure, it's actually creating a mildly bullish pattern in the near term by creating a series of higher lows. So the question with the yen tonight is, can we run back towards 98.50 and possibly even push all the way out to 9900 as the week progresses, which certainly would be a little bit more dollar bullish as we go forward. The positive action in the yen, positive action in the euro took us to, where's my euro yen? Took us all the way to fresh highs in euro yen, and that again is also going to be an interesting trade here. I think the euro yen 35 above 35s, euro dollar above 38s, all going to play in concert here. But 35.50 probably the top out level for euro yen for the near term. So the market had big moves today, but the question is just how much more further can it go? For now, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of consolidation. We may tickle some of the higher end runs on stop runs, but not much more beyond that. So 38 to the euro, 62.50 to the pound, 97.50, 97.75 possibly for the Aussie. And the big question is, does the yen stay above 98? That's how the day shapes up. Wishing you guys the best of luck and the best of trading sports. Lots for over now.